Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Today I'm going to be working on more whips because that's what the summer of whips is all about. So, let me get my uh, uh, my yeah, got my music going in one ear. I still have a ton of whips. I still am working out the mechanics of the hand for the doll that I'm making. Um, the hand is important, obviously, to look good, but also because I need the hand around another item. I'm really trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to do the weapon in the hand, so I'm not quite sure. But I took a break from that because I was going a little nuts, a little more nuts, and I'm working on this kind of, I'm calling it like a Prism Pride hat. Now, I was inspired by someone who did this with a rainbow, and it looked so gorgeous that I wanted to give it a try with the Trans Pride colors, and I decided to do a kind of medium gray along with it. So the brim will fold up like this. Now, different from other, I've seen other people do this method, so I'm hoping it works out for me. Um, is that I am doing I'm switching from a half double crochet to a slip stitch at the top. I've seen some people do it where they change hook sizes at the top, but I'm not doing that. I'm just changing the stitch that I'm doing. And sorry, I feel like I'm talking really loud because the music is loud. I was like, yay, we're here at the same time. Welcome in. I saw your comment and I was like, I never know what I'm going to go on. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm really sorry, but I'm really glad that we're here at the same time. So I have a lot of whips. If you saw my video from the other day, I have a ton of whips. And I just want to get them done for no other reason other than to kind of like be able to move forward and do some of the things that I wanted to do without creating even more whips. So I'm drinking a strawberry bubbly. No, it's called bubbly, but it doesn't have alcohol and it's just sparkly water. It's fine. It's UK time. That's nonsense. How dare we have different time zones and whatnot? No, honestly, I go on at really random times, so I do make it a little bit harder on everybody, so I do apologize for that. I'm unfortunately just not ever going to be one of those people that has reliable time that I go on. I've really tried before, and it's just not me. So I know that that's, you know, annoying for a lot of people. So I do apologize, but that's just, I'm doing the best I can. Aren't we all just doing the best we can? Today has been an interesting day. Had a mix up. Maybe mix up is not the right word. I don't know what word would be. At my pharmacy and my medication that I really need. They're like, you picked it up 2 weeks ago. It was a month-long supply. Um, my medication is a controlled substance, meaning that they're very careful about how they dispense it, and they don't do like half fills or anything like that. And they're like, you have this medication. And I'm like, I don't have this medication. This medication can also be abused. I'm not abusing it, but it can be. And because that's the case, they're really strict with all of these things. And so I had to like call my doctor, kind of like semi panicking, like, please, like, help me out. They said I most recently talked to a nurse at like 4:45 when the practice closes at 5, and they're like, "Oh, this is serious because like this is a medication you can die withdrawing from. Like it's that serious. Like cold turkey, like you cannot do that. So not only will you have withdrawal symptoms, but like it can be very bad. So which I had forgotten about. So my panic was a little intensified by that, but knowing that they were at least going to try to contact the doctor. But it is now almost 6 p.m., which means that they are not getting back to me today. But hopefully we can get it resolved tomorrow. I'm a little bit more hopeful than I was a couple hours ago. Kind of got into a better headspace. And I think that's one thing that we often forget when we're in a really negative headspace. And I'll speak personally on this 1,000%, that we forget that a lot of these feelings are temporary. And even though they're so intense in the moment, things, I'm almost on a mid like that. I hate that for you. Yeah. So fingers crossed. Yeah, it works. Um, um, and hopefully we can get that sorted out. But the reminder now, looking back, is like, okay, well, I'm not in that place that I was in a couple hours ago, and those feelings were temporary. Granted, I was in the right for feeling as nervous as I was about just like not, you know, uh, not having the medication. And if you want to believe that people should not be on medications that they can become physically dependent on, believe that all you want. You choose what you take, what you put in your body. But as for me, that's not my journey. So, but hopefully we're getting that sorted out and just kind of keep going forward, hoping that we can just work on some whips and get some things off my plate. So what is everyone working on? If you're working on something, I would love to know. Again, I'm working on this this back loop only ribbed hat that has the trans pride colors on it, and I've switched up the stitch, and I didn't make this up, just so you know. Someone else did it probably better, but no surprise there. But so it's supposed to reduce like the butthole top. Do you know? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like you try to cinch like a rectangle into just a tight little circle, and you it just doesn't look great. Adds a lot of bulk. And so this is going to reduce the amount of fabric going into said butthole. So you'll still get some of that effect, but it won't be nearly as bad in theory. So I just picked up this whip. I did notice that the number of stitches I did on top has changed, and so I'm gonna have to kind of work my way back up to that stitch count. If you are wondering what I'm rambling on about, so you can see here when I started, let's see, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 stitches on this side, and then this side I think I have 5 on the top, so the length goes from this to this. So I'm gonna need to start increasing how many stitches I do, and I tried to keep track of it with a stitch marker, but somehow I failed at that. I think the past couple rows have probably been the most, have changed the most. But we'll get back on track. No worries. And because this is the hat, probably just for me, nice winter beanie, I don't really care, if I'm being honest. It's just, I don't. It doesn't. Nothing I make is ever going to be perfect. Kind of the mark of a handmade product, but also a mark of a handmade product made by me is that there's going to be mistakes, as long as they're not, as long as it's not critical or doesn't look bad. It's like if you were a crocheter, you might notice, but if you're not a crocheter, you probably wouldn't notice. then it's like, okay, well, we can live with that. And so this is the type of thing where it's like, it's going to be on the top of the hat. I'll probably put a pom-pom on the top of the hat because I haven't made a hat with a pom-pom in a while. So I think it would be fun. And it would be fun to do one with like the trans pride colors. I have so many whips. I don't know. I should have probably kept count from my from that video that I did, but I was kind of embarrassed. And then I had some that like weren't pictured on camera. Like I have one on my knitting machine. I have one that I didn't show. I probably have some floating around somewhere. I did get rid of one today by just like, it was with the favorite stripe from Red Heart Super Saver. And I had maybe done like 10 stitches. And I was like, why am I going to put this in my whip category when I could frog this so easily? And it would just not be that big of a deal. So I just frogged it, put it up. Not a huge deal. Reduced one from my whip pile in like all of like 15 seconds. Okay, that's not a big deal. If I really want to do that again, I can absolutely do that again. But so I did end up, if you're on Army of Weirdos, you might have seen that I asked a question about whether or not I should order some of the Cancer hooks, the Cancer Zodiac hooks from Furls Crochet. I'm using my Furls. Now, this was Furls is having a really great sale right now. So if you do like Furls, this is a great time to get it. They don't go on as good of sales as they do, as they have right now. Normally, they kind of have it once a year. So this is a great time to try it. They also had their seconds on like super sale. I think they might have been like half off. So they were like, I don't want to misspeak. So let me check. But let's see. Furls. So I didn't order the full range because there's some hooks that I have so many of that I don't use that much that I just don't need that many. I don't need a G size hook in every color. Also, I don't want a G size hook because like those are the most likely to break. Hi Nifty, welcome in. But yeah, so Furls is still having their sale as far as I know. Yep. There's 30% off a lot of hooks. They did introduce a new hook. So they, two new hooks recently, or three, I guess. So they have their Alpha series. They have their Onyx Streamline Metal, which is a black metal streamline hook, which sounds so cool. I'm just not a big fan of the metal streamlines. I don't like them. I just find them a little bit hard to work with, and I don't love the weight of them. So it's not for me, but it might be for someone else. I know other people who really like the metal streamlines. So just wanted to put out there. That's 30% off, or it went from $26 to $22.10. So, and this is all US dollars. Then the Cancer Zodiac streamlines are 30% off. So they're 25. So I guess that's not 30%. The metal. Anyways, so they're normally $25 a hook, and the Cancer ones went from $25 to $17.50. So I did order, I think maybe like 5 or 6 hooks in that color because to me they look like trans pride colors, and I was obsessed. And I was saving myself for the Scorpio zodiac sign hooks to come out, but there's no indication of when they will come out. I just don't feel like I need. At one point, I felt like I needed a whole range of hooks, and I think it was. And I'm not blaming anyone else for my own impulsivity issues, but and I don't even think they necessarily buy hooks like this anymore. They're a Furls hook collector, but Kayla over at Alt Knots, they they collect the hook series, and so I felt at one point like buying a whole set of the hooks was like really important. Like if there was one that I loved, I had to get. I don't really feel like that anymore, especially because like I've bought a lot of seconds when they were on sale, and so I just don't really feel like the need to have like so many more G hooks and stuff like that. Um, so there are there are a couple hooks that are on. Oh, those are so fucking pretty. So there are a couple sets that are 50% off. They're normally $26 and they're $13. So the Wonderland Streamline, which is light blue at the top, and then the clear resin with glitter at the bottom. I really like this idea because I've just seen so many of the clear resin ones that have like the clear resin at the tip of the hook. Those tend to break more. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, or if that's just something that I've seen based on, you know, people I've seen. Um, but I like that it's like a solid resin at the top. So the Wonderland with the blue. Now the Moonlight, which is similar to the Wonderland, except it has black at the top. So I ordered like 2 of those in some sizes. They also have the Nautilus Streamline resin, which are like they're white and then they're clear with like bronze gold in them, and then they're navy at the tip of the hook. Those are 50% off, so they're $14.50. The mystery seconds. So seconds have some problem. They might have been slightly missized. They might have been mislabeled. They might have a slight curve to them. I don't know, depending. So they're 70% off. So they're $7.50. The only sizes they have in stock are size N, which is a 9mm, and P, which is a 10mm. So all of the smaller hooks went instantly. But if you need those sizes, and you like furls, this is a great time to get it. I mean, those are killer deals, right? 70% off. So it says, which imperfection might my second have? No accent color, double stamping, incorrect accent letter, slight bend at the throat, or what does it say? Something color is striped, not swirled. So maybe just the resin didn't mix like they wanted to. But I got this. This is the, what do they call it? It's like cafe or something like that. It's like dark brown and then it has white. So you can see the hook is totally fine. The only thing is when they mixed in the like cream color, it just didn't mix far enough in. And so they put it in the seconds. Like that's it, literally. I also got the same line. The color mixed well. It was a G hook and it's slightly missized, so the end of the hook is a little bit larger than G. That's it. Not a big deal. Just like knowing that, keeping that in mind. The Purple Heart Streamline wood crochet hooks, and if you prefer a wood hook, great deals all around. Just go to the website, any hook you want. There are some great deals. The Polaris, the pink and the sparkly gold ones, are $12.50. The wood, honestly, they're such good deals. It's really, if you are interested in furls, this is the time to go check it out. So I will stop. And the Pride collection is 30% off. Now, let me double check. So now they have their Pride hooks. Okay, so this is a little confusing. So if you know furls, you know that they originally came out with their striped rainbow hooks that were solid. And then I think the next year they came out with a glitter version. And so you used to be able to pick between the glitter and the solid. There used to be like a way to do that. But right now, I'm not seeing a way to pick between the glitter and the solid. They used to be separate listings and they collapsed the listings. So that might be something to consider. But other than that, whatever. The Virgo, the Taurus, the Aries, the Pisces, the Twins, the Gemini, Aquarius, all of those are on sale. Everything's on sale. So go check it out if you want. If you don't want to, that's cool. I wasn't planning on buying furls for a while, because I've been really happy with this hook that I got, this hook handle that I've got that I've talked about at length. I won't continue to bore you all with the details of that. But if you want to know, just ask and I'll talk about it a little bit more. But I do have it in my description. But because there was a sale and I was like, should I wait or should I not wait? I did get some good advice that was like, take advantage of the sale because you're saving so much money and you like these hooks. So I went ahead and I bought a handful of the Cancer zodiac. So sorry to just like, okay, talk about it. Okay. So this is a hook handle. And it is from JandSCustoms Designs. Sorry. They are available on Etsy, but they also have a website. If you want to, when you spoke about that hook, no problem. I think I've talked about it a lot. I'm not saying that to like be like to rub it in, like thank me that, but like I've kind of gushed about this. You can customize your hook handle to be any. You can get basic black, which is the most inexpensive, or you can customize it different colors. You can do a gradient. You can do 2 colors. You can do your name, whatever. And what's great about this is it comes with 5 different inserts that you can put either your aluminum or steel hooks into. So no matter what hook size you have, from 0.5 millimeters all the way up to 9 millimeters, whether you prefer a boy head, Susan Bates, or you prefer some kind of hybrid, you can insert that in. So this is like, this right here is a 1.25 with the one where you pull it open. Where did I put the hook handle? It's green and sparkly. How did I misplace it? Oh my gosh. It grew legs and it walked away. Okay, there it is. So it's just a plastic handle. It's larger than a furl's, actually much larger than a furl's. It's oval shaped. It's not perfectly round. Where's the furl's? I have a furl's right here. So here's the furls. Here is the longest part of the handle. Here is it sideways, which is closer to the furl size. I have very small hands, and when I got it, I was like, whoa, this is pretty big. But I was just looking for some, I was going to do some like lace work, or try to do some lace work with some lace weight yarn. And I just knew that the hook was going to murder my wrist because I have tendonitis in my wrist. So first I was going to look for a like hook on Etsy that just was like the size I needed. But then I was kind of, because a custom hook is, similar to the price of a furl. So like $26-ish for one size that I might not never use again. And then I found this. So this can accommodate different hook sizes, and they have 5 different inserts that are 3D printed. that you can insert your hook into. Let me see if I can get this out like that. So this is my 1.25. I was using the same one when I was using my 3.5 millimeter, and it's life-changing. They're affordable, especially given what you have. Because I also was having trouble, because if I wanted a custom hook from someone, they're like, pick Susan Bates or Boy, and I don't really want either. I kind of prefer a hybrid hook. I do prefer a hybrid hook, but if I had to pick, especially for like the work I was doing with like cotton, I prefer something closer to a Boy. And so I get to choose hooks I actually like and put them in this handle, which is really, really nice to me, because I don't want to have to pick. So this is called the Crow Go handle. So this is the package that I have. All the stuff is in my, oh my gosh. So if I crochet a lot, I mean, I still have tendonitis, but it does make it so much better. It's so much more comfortable. Getting used to the ergonomics of any new handle is a little painful for me, but once I was used to it, I was off to the races. And honestly, I'm not going to use any other 3.5 millimeter. Like I have a Furls candy shop. That handle is weird, kind of looks like anal beads. And I also, let's see, I had a 3.5 Clover, Amore. I'm not like, this is the jam. This is the money right now. So it's by JandS Custom Designs. They're a Canadian-based company. I do have a coupon code. Now, I don't get anything from you using this coupon code. I do want to make that very clear. I don't know why. I've seen other YouTubers say that, so I feel like I need to say it. I don't get anything from it. I don't pimp this out because I think that I don't do it because I want to make money off of you. I do it because I like the product. I think it's really good. It's changed the way I crochet, especially with the smaller hook sizes. So I want to share that with people. So if you want to get 15% off, you can use the code that I have in my description, and check it out. I mean, it can't hurt to just go look at the product, see if it's something you'd be interested. The more customized coloring, I know when I first posted about it, Froggy When I'm Knitting went and ordered hers. She used my coupon, I think. Well, she posted about it, so I assume that she used my coupon. I mean, who cares, right? And she got one that was, she got the lime green. I got the pesto green. So that, even though this is very at night, my lighting sucks, but like, this is the pesto green, and I love the color so much. But her lime green is like so lime green, and I was really torn between the two colors, and I was like, damn you. But who knows? Who knows? But it comes with the inserts. So all of it comes as a bundle. So you don't have to worry about buying the handle, the inserts, everything like that. And hers says Jennifer on it. So you can get it as customized as you want. Hi, Daniel. Welcome in. Talking about this handle again. I freaking love it. Yeah, so Froggy got a lime green one that says Jennifer. The way I got the coupon code was, so I bought it at full price on Etsy. But when you get the package, it comes in this package, and it's super cute. And also, like, they're a mom and pop shop in Canada, small business. They're very sweet. Customer service has been just nothing but amazing. And so when I got the coupon code that came with my handle, I said, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Like, would you mind me sharing this code with people? I know I bought it, so you probably intended for me to come back and use it, but would you mind if I share it? And they're like, oh, that would be amazing. Like, look, please like share your YouTube channel with us. Like we'd love to, like they were just so sweet, like from top to bottom. So you can use, I believe, I don't want to say the code wrong. So if you want the code, you go in the description. I really like my handle. It only comes in one shape and size to my knowledge. So, you know, if you don't like the shape or size, that's fine. It allows me, like me, I choke up on the hook quite a bit. You can adjust how far in your hook goes. Now, the pressure on the little squishy bit is right here at the top. So if you put your hook too far in, you're gonna have the problem I had last night where your hook will like kind of go in too far, and it won't. It'll just kind of, it won't do what you need it to do. So so you might have to play around with that a little bit. But honestly, like if that's the biggest problem I have, that's fine. But it's super easy to use. You could also set it where it's further away from you. And whatever. So, so if you prefer to have more room, but again, I have small hands and this works just fine for me. It does, I can crochet a lot longer. I can use smaller hooks than I ever thought in a million years I would be able to use because of this. And I don't have to have a custom hook for every individual hook size that I might only use once ever. So to me, it was worth it. If it sounds like it's worth it to you, feel free to go check it out. But I love this hook, and this is the color Pesto, and all of the colors are glittery. Everyone I saw was glittery. So yeah, love this sucker. Talking about hooks, talking about ferrules, talking about Grogo. And also, it's just nice to like support a small business for people who are just nice. Like they were just really nice. So that was cool. You know, I'm happy to support a business like that. And the prices are not bad at all, considering how much use you can get out of that. Because the hooks that I have, so I don't use boy or baits. Especially like for me, I the first crochet hooks I ever got, I got in a kit that I think the hooks go from a 0.9 millimeter to a 6 millimeter, and I just got the cheap set. Where in Canada is the business? I don't quite remember. I don't quite remember. So they might have that on their website. Hey, Shell, welcome in. Did you hear my dad yawn? Add it to my wish list. The shipping is very pricey to the UK. Okay, but that's typical for Canada Post. Yeah, Canada Post, I've heard, just has really not amazing shipping rates. So I've heard that too, unfortunately. Yeah, and for me, the code didn't have an expiration date, so I don't know if it does or not. Um, Even in Canada, I've heard it's actually from Winter, and Winter lives, I believe, in Quebec, and um, Winter said that it's actually cheaper to ship to the US than it is to ship within Canada. Uh, 5.5 more rows of the border and the blanket is done. Congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, my back is like, ugh. Oh, let me use my ergonomic pillow. There's just full ergonomics here. So at one point, they're in British Columbia in the Fraser Valley. Very cool. Is it Fraser? Fraser? I don't know how to say things. Um, but they have been nothing but nice to me. So I'm really happy to support their business. I'm Canadian but live in the UK. And shipping stuff here is, oh my gosh, I can imagine. I actually my wife has a coworker who actually is Fraser. Okay, cool, thank you, Fraser. Um, my wife has a coworker who is the opposite, so he is British, but he lives in Canada now, and he's always like, "Whoa, did you all know this?" And everyone, because most of his, uh, of like, a good portion of the colleagues, his colleagues are in the U.S., and they're like, "Yes, yes, we knew this," but because Canada's a lot closer than the UK, he's had a bit of a culture shock. So, but I know shipping everywhere is just really insane. Show a 604 area code. Google says that is Vancouver. Don't see an address. I'm sure it was on my envelope when I got this, but I don't usually, even if I watched the video when I did this review, um, I I don't think I would have kept or shown that because I don't want to show my own address, and I'm too lazy to black out my own. So I just try not to show that side of the box. Because there are many videos where I've like just been like do, my address is like right there. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Vancouver is sprawling and made up of a lot of little cities. Interesting. I did not know that. Just curious. I live in Canada, but was curious it was close to my backyard kind of thing. I feel like even like no matter where you are, unless you live in a very, very, very tiny country, there's never like you like in the US, people be like, I'm in the US, and you're like, whereabouts? And they're never close to you. Unless like California. If you live in California, your chances of finding someone in California are pretty high, but that's about it. It's where we lived before coming here. Very cool. I my parents sorry, my in-laws, my wife's parents, they just took a trip to, I believe it was Vancouver. I haven't talked to them since they got back because they got back on Friday, and my father-in-law was under the weather, and it turns out he has COVID. But they had a wonderful, wonderful time on their trip. So we're just hoping that he has a very speedy recovery, obviously, because that's the most important thing is health, right? But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see their pictures because they sounded like they were just having a great time there. So if I don't like, I mean, I know we're all like crafters, and finding your own hair in something you made is like super common. But when you have really bright hair, finding that hair there is so like, I don't know, it's like something that's like really like, that's undoubtedly my hair. Like it's not like it might not be my hair in like other situations, but you're like, that's my hair. That's my hair. Yeah. And my wife has really long blonde hair, so when that gets in a project, it's like, oh god. Um, Canada is amazing, not gonna lie. Yes, I've heard great things. I know that there are are great things about really everywhere. But Canada definitely has a lot of great things going for it. And it's great that you like it because that's very important. So working in these slip stitches at the top is a little bit more labor intensive. Uh, just because, especially with my furls hook, I really want to make sure that I'm not kind of just going in and just like destroying the stitch or my furls in the process. So also this yarn is a little, by a little, I mean, it's relatively like piecey. So try not to disrupt anything too much. Is anyone else working on anything right now? Liberated has become. Yep, great. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I think it went on both. I was wondering why the stitch looked weird. It's because I didn't do backward only. So, Nightbot just dropped, and sorry, the Nightbot's just bizarre. Um, procrastinating me. So I dropped a Nightbot dropped a link for this Volare pillow. You don't have to get this color. But I did find a coupon for it. Again, I don't get anything from it. I don't get anything from anything, honestly. The thing that says donate to my channel if you want to, that would be the only way that I get any money from this channel, because there's not a way in a million years that this channel is ever going to get monetized. And that's not me being cynical, although I am a cynical person. That's me being realistic, because I cuss like a sailor, and YouTube's not going to monetize that. But July is coming fast. Yeah, Pride Month is. I was hoping for a little bit more fanfare for Pride Month, but um, but yeah, so this is the Volare pillow. I found a coupon. I just Googled Volare pillow coupon. A lot of people have been really excited about this crochet ergonomic pillow because it is kind of designed around the idea of like a boppy that is used for babies and like nursing parents. Um, but it's larger. It just kind of it's like larger in every way. So it's really made for crafters, gamer. It was really made for gamers, but crafters have found it to be very helpful, and I do like it a lot. It has it alleviated. I don't know, when you crochet for so long, you get used to kind of like the terrible posture. So have I noticed a difference in like I know that my posture is better, but like do I feel the physical effects? Not really, because I'm so used to having those, if you know what I mean. But if you wanted to check out the pillow, you're welcome to. So now one, and I was originally. Yeah, that's awesome. I like when places like to spread out their pride because, the performances, performers, the vendors, all of that, they don't really have an opportunity to like travel around and do a bunch of things if everything is in the same month. Um, that is so fun. Yeah, I was gonna go out this past weekend and I had everything planned. I had my hair done, which if you didn't see my hair before, it had pink in it. I just took it out last night, I think, um, because, you know, I could. Um, and, but it was really fun to have. And, but then I ended up not going out and I was like, I feel like I kind of missed it. Although, you know, you don't need a month to City Super Gay. Love that. Um, love that. Having rights is super cool. I'm a big fan of them myself. Freedom is super cool. Yeah. And we're still fighting for it in a lot of ways all over the world in every single country. Regardless of how progressive it is or who's in charge, we're always going to be fighting for it. And not just my own community and every subgroup that I'm in, but also other groups. And so recognizing that we still have a long way to go, even though we've made a lot of progress, is important in how we go forward. So, um, mm, pleasure peer. What is a pleasure peer? Because my mind is going to some certain places. So please let me know what that is, because if it's what I think it is, I might be coming to visit you. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. You found a nice spot to live. Well, that's good. Honestly, more places are messes than like to admit. So, you know. But I'm sorry that you're, you know, experiencing that. If I could take that away from you, I absolutely would, because we all deserve to feel free and safe, and that that is something that isn't shouldn't be too much to ask, but somehow can be. Mm, just a really long period. Okay, I'm glad you specified because my brain was like a cruising pier. Cafe at the end of. I've been just working on a hat. Do. Like sometimes I can tell I'm like such a hybrid, um, like hybrid hook user. I know some people are so devout in the types of hooks that they use. Um, I'm pansexual, like I'm pan even in like I'm panhooksexual, even like I'm pan even in like the hooks that I use because the hook that I use is so specifically determined for the yarn that I'm using. It's great. My friends and family are all over here, and the internet makes that possible. That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, the internet is, I mean, think about how cool it is. We have one person in Canada, one person in the UK, one person in the US, me, and like we're able to talk in real time. And like, I mean, I always think about how the shrinking of the distance that you know we have is so amazing in so many ways because it's just allowed us to stay connected with people that we do want to stay connected with. I will switch during projects depending on how I feel. Exactly how my tension's going, how the yarning, all of it. If I need to go faster, like sometimes I'm faster with a clover hook. A clover hook has like the perfect hook head for me. There's very rarely a project that the clover doesn't work for me for. However, the handle is so small that it does hurt my wrist more. I can't crochet as long. So um so and sometimes occasionally there is a project where the yarn is squeaky on it happens more with the furls, but the yarn is squeaky on the hook with the clover, and I'm like, ugh, and it makes my skin crawl. So yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about when you get that like squeak sound and you're like, ah? Does anyone else get like that? It's like nails on chalkboard. Love not having a long distance fees. Oh, fees. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's only the time zones. When I was in when I had just started college, I had a couple friends that were in Australia, which is basically almost complete opposite side of the world from my where I'm at. Um, I can feel it in my bones. Ugh, I know. Yeah, in my bones, and then it makes the skin crawl. But yeah, the time change for Australia, it was like I'd be waking up, they'd be going to bed. It was just oh my gosh, constantly a nightmare. But I was able to talk to them, become friends with them, because of the internet. So I'm very thankful for that. Except one of them, I would have rather not have known him, but he's a dick. They can't all be winners, though. I when I find a project that the frills fits perfectly for, it just meshes so well. Like it doesn't split the yarn. The weight of the frills and how it kind of has this like the the weight just kind of it's just like swings right, if that makes sense. I love it, but I don't feel like I get that kind of like really good fluid motion in any other hook. So, but there's a lot of hooks out there, so everyone's got their thing. A lot of hooks and a lot of crocheters. This is a yarn I don't use much just because I don't see it around much. So this is the Red Heart with Love. with love. I found this at a I don't even know, they sell this though, right? I think I bought some in the past like couple years. Um, I got this at a thrift store that sells like a bunch of different crafty things. And I love it. It's so soft. It's so much softer than Super Saver. Um, and I can just, it's pretty easy to use. It does split um, more than Super Saver. Super Saver isn't a splitty yarn. It's just a really scratchy yarn. Love thrift yarn. Yes. Although sometimes, like, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, right? But thrift yarn, you can get some really cool things. Do you have any like mega thrift store like finds that you've found in your journeys? Sorry, I gotta prop up my back. I'm like literally the definition. I'm the king of ergonomics right now. So this pillow, the Volare pillow, goes back further than like if I'm sitting all the way back on the couch, then it would let it. So I take the more support pillow off my white chair that I usually film in, and I strap it to a throw pillow, uh, so that I can get ergonomics on my back, ergonomics in my hand, ergonomics for my crochet hands. It's ridiculous at this point. Like, when am I gonna realize I'm just too old to do things, or my body's too old? Turn. Mm-hmm. Oh, we just hit an hour. Wow, time flies when you're having fun, right? So I'm gonna continue to work on my projects, and let's see. I'm gonna continue to work on my projects and I hope you all have a great day. I might come on later just because I'm trying to just tackle these whips, and it's so much easier to do it on live, but I kind of got burnt out by doing like really long lives, I think like last week or something, and should probably go to bed. Yeah. It's like almost 7 p.m. here, but I can see how it would be a lot later for you. So I hope you all have a great day or night, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.